The Soviet Union had a strong and plentiful military. It occasionally showcased its raw power with parades like this one. In the USSR, or United Soviet Socialist Republics, the army was extremely well funded due to the ongoing arms race with the United States. The Soviets also built up many enormous public buildings in the few major cities the Republic had. The main idea behind communism was to build a nation where everyone belonged to the state, and everything belonged to the state as well. The facade that the Soviet Union had created for itself eventually began to crumble when the people grew more and more frustrated with the poor and strenuous lifestyles they had to live through. When the Soviets were first given their freedom of speech, 60 years of pent-up anger and discontent with the Communist Party had been let out all at once. The backlash was enormous from this. Small uprisings began in Soviet satellite states. The government became unable to control this. Russian soldiers were sent in to defuse the situation, but they were unable to do anything because they refused to fight against their own countrymen. Russia's once strong military was brought to its knees by its own people. This, along with the economic turmoil, tied Gorbachev's hand behind his back. The Soviet Union's fate was sealed.
Now the Soviets themselves may, in a limited way, be coming to understand the importance of freedom. Are these the beginnings of profound changes in the Soviet state? If you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Astonishing news from East Germany, where the East German authorities have said, in essence, that the Berlin Wall doesn't mean anything anymore. The wall that the East Germans put up in 1961 to keep its people in, it is perhaps the most important announcement made in Central Europe since the end of World War II, certainly since the wall went up.
The red flag came down over the Kremlin tonight as President Gorbachev resigned and brought to an end 7 decades of communist rule in the Soviet Union. Right to the last, Mr. Gorbachev said he was unhappy at the breakup of the country, but he pledged to do everything he could for the new Commonwealth of Independent Republics.
He's leaving behind 15 independent states, which share only a disastrous economy and an uncertain future.
A country renamed and reborn, and now in the hands of Boris Yeltsin.